Hello, everybody. I would have been on earlier, but you can blame Billy. It's all Billy's fault this time. I had planned on getting here about, 15 minutes ago. I'm still on before midnight, though. Hello. How you doing, love? You can just bring the masses on in. Hi, Brian Boggs. Hello. Oh my goodness. All Billy's fault. All Billy's fault. Hello, Laura Wharton. Dubs McSixy 69. How you doing, love? So happy you're here. And it's the weekend, so we get Auntie Dolphins. Yes. You could have stayed on the bed, doofus. You could have stayed on the bed. Hello. Oh, tell me about it. That's been my day. Yeah. And I can't even park in my driveway because the company that comes and shovels and plows for me, they ask that when it snows, I not use my driveway because it's too hard to work around my vehicle. So I have to park in my grass. So, and then my neighbor, she does not understand alternate side parking. Earl, please stop destroying the house. Just once. She doesn't understand alternate side parking because she's not from here, and they don't do that in Columbia because no snow. And woohoo, the clip's done. So she sends me a picture of her car on our side of the street, and we're an even side of the street. And so since tomorrow's the 13th, she has to park it across the street on the odd side. And she just says, my car will be safe here. And I said, you can't park there. She says, may I use your parking lot? I said, I can't even use my driveway right now. I'm sorry, but you can use it after the plow company comes. But until they show up, I can't even use it. So, yeah, I had to send her pictures with, texts and circles drawn on them to say you can park here. Yes. And she's nosing my arm because I stopped petting her for 2 seconds. Chucks and cherries, I love you. Be more in than out. Hi, Tammy13. Good to have you, sweetie. Yeah. It's I remember as a kid. Oh, I learned to drive a stick shift. Well, okay. I learned to drive it on like a 56 Ford truck that was, we called it Booger because it was big, green, and nasty. But there's nothing you could do to kill the clutch on that thing. So I learned the basics of driving stick on that. But I really learned when my father broke his leg because he was pushing the snow blower up the hill at my parents' house, and he fell and the snowblower broke his leg. So he had a stick shift Saturn and no way to move it. So I learned to officially drive stick really quickly. So yeah, that was my introduction, was It's alternate side parking. Your dad has a cast. You need to go move the Saturn. Oh, what now? Hello, Jenny Green. Good to have you, sweetie. Oh, Ava, can I please have my own arm and hand? Thank you. You are welcome to be on the stream still, but I can't sit here and pet you 24/7. That's not in the books. I didn't sign up for this. I'm moving the clip over to the external that Palmy gave me, and then I'll be able to play it for all of you fine folks. Yeah. It's the one that I was working on yesterday. I worked on it all day today, outside of the, few times that I did, things like, make food for my kid. And, yeah, well, that's pretty much all I did. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to put it right here because I don't even know. There we go. Now it's going to take a minute to transfer. Hi, Mama Jamma. How you doing, love? I feel you. Like, literally, I feel you. Yeah. My back has been really bad today. Probably weather, arthritis, because I've got really severe osteoarthritis that we didn't even know I had until I got in that car accident. And then it undid all of the supports my body had. And now I know I have it. But whatever. It's just that's part of it, part of life, whatever. Hello, my beautiful love, Philip Heels. I used to. Yeah, I know. I used to use them, but lately I haven't had time because my daughter's been really sick. So I usually go back and I'll make one later. But yeah, once life gets unhecticized, then I will go back to using them. I just haven't had the time to be able to. That's all. All right, guys, I got it transferred. There we go. Oh, sweetie. Yeah, it's that for everybody. I swear. For everybody that's in pain right now, I'm so sorry, and I hope all of you feel better. Every one of you. I'm so sorry. I hate hearing that my friends are in pain. You know that. Golly, I stopped my stream yesterday. Stopped the whole dang thing to be able to try to find a way to make you feel better. What? You're kidding me. Philip Heels, are you kidding me? What happened? I've been waiting to see him because he's the one that got the cats the fountain. the last time that I saw him was he told me that the fountain was on its way. And I haven't seen him since. Oh, man. Wow. I appreciate you letting me know. Yeah. Archangel was awesome.
At 1:30 p.m. And then on the violations, March 13th, same date and time, 1:30 p.m. And this subject to change. Your lawyer very well may ask for an earlier court date. They do that all the time. This is just preliminary dates. How old are you today?
35.
You're getting too old for this nonsense, Miss Morales.
I know.
And I don't know if it means that you need to go get into anger management counseling. I don't know if it means you need to go and get and seriously treat it seriously, drug or alcohol counseling, or both.
I was in Northland, but at this point I was about to get in because didn't want me in Northland, so I was about to start another. This week I was about to go in, trying to pay classes again to go again, starting.
Well, I appreciate that, and unfortunately, you're not going to be able to start those classes this week, but you may be able to start them at a later date, and I hope that you do. I do care about you, but, something's got to give.
I know.
And you just keep getting in trouble
I know.
over.
I mean, I'm not trying to. I'm
Well,
sorry.
most people don't try. And you got all these fighting, I don't know if you have an anger problem. If you need to walk away. If
I
you're
know.
getting in an argument with someone, you need to just leave.
Leave. Yeah.
Just turn around and leave. That's my unbidden advice. But good luck to you, Miss Morales.
Thank you.
State versus Jennifer Smith, 20D04 2305, F6643. Ma'am, what is your name?
Jennifer Smith,
What is your date of birth?
6181.
What is your mailing address with city, state, and zip code? Did you hear and understand all of the rights that I explained?
I did.
This is a probation violation first supplement that was filed on January 8th of 2024. I know I just saw you on January 2nd. Yes, I saw you on January 2nd, and shortly after they filed the supplement. It's nothing all that new. It just says that as a term of your probation, you shall not violate any law or disregard any court order. It just says that you have that fairly new trespass in St. Joe County. That's all it is.
Okay. Still the same court date, the 14th, 2/14, the 1:30?
Yes. Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna enter a denial. The warrant that's been issued is no bond. I'm gonna enter a denial and confirm that you've got the public defender's office appointed. Do you know who your public defender is?
I don't, and I've talked to the advocate twice, and she still hasn't gotten back to me. I wrote a letter.
I'm gonna have her write his name down. It's Ethan Legg.
Ethan, okay, that
Ethan
helps.
Legg. She'll write it down. Yeah.
Ethan Lake?
Legg. Legg.
Okay.
And I'm gonna confirm your next hearing February 14th at 1:30. Okay. So just a quick formality.
Okay.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. State versus LaShasta Jones, 20D06 2207 F6873. Ma'am, what is your name?
LaShasta Jones,
What's your date of birth?
2/28/1995.
2/28, you said 85?
85, yeah.
What's your mailing address? Thank you. Did you hear and understand the rights I explained?
Yes.
Okay. This is a violation of probation and some supplements. On August 11th of 2023, probation filed the first violation. This is your escape case where you're facing up to, looks like a year because you had a year suspended. Yeah, 1 year, okay. And it states that as a term of your probation, you will participate in, cooperate with, and successfully complete all evaluations, treatment, counseling, or other programs ordered by the court. It alleges that you received a substance abuse evaluation through Oaklawn on June 8th of 2023. You were recommended for intensive outpatient treatment. However, Oaklawn indicated a conflict of interest they had and referred you to the South Bend location or Addictions Recovery Center in Elkhart County. It says that Ms. Jones indicated she will not be able to travel to South Bend, Oaklawn location and doesn't have the money to be seen elsewhere. Next, as a term of your probation, if you're not employed, you will make every reasonable effort to obtain employment. It alleges that at least as of August 10th, 2023, you had not provided documentation to probation of being employed. Next, as a term of your probation, you shall not use or possess any illegal substance. It alleges that on June 28th, 2023, you submitted to a screen with probation and it was positive for amphetamine and or methamphetamine. It also says you owe some money to the clerk or probation or both. We'll deal with the money later. I'm not worried about money today. Then on September 14th of 2023, probation filed a first supplemental violation that states that alleges that on August 31st, 2023, you submitted to a screen that was again positive for amphetamine and or methamphetamine. And then on October 16th, 2023, probation filed a second supplement. It states as a term of your probation, you must report to your probation officer at any date and time scheduled. It says you were scheduled for a probation appointment on September 28th, 2023, and that you failed to appear. So probation mailed you a missed appointment letter on the next day, September 29th, rescheduling you to October 12th, 2023 at 2 p.m. It says you left voicemails on October 3rd and October 4th from a coworker's phone, and you said you could be reached by a new email address since you didn't have your own working phone. It says probation emailed you on October 5th, 2023 and informed you to report to probation on October 12th, but you did not report. Okay, so that's everything. I'm going to enter a denial to these allegations. It is currently a no bond warrant. You're held without bond on the warrant as of right now, but you're getting credit for every day that you're here. Are you able to hire a lawyer?
No.
Do you have any money saved?
No.
Do you have anyone who could help you hire a lawyer?
No.
Do you have a bank account?
Nope.
Okay, then I am happy to appoint you an attorney from the Public Defender's Office, okay? Superior Court 6 is no longer doing criminal cases. We've switched to divisions. Yep, and all that means is that I have to transfer your case to a different court here in Elkhart County. So your violation in your case is ordered transferred to the Elkhart Circuit Court in the courthouse in downtown Goshen. However, you are currently held without bond, so they'll make sure that you attend your next hearing, which right now is scheduled for February 8th, 2024 at 8:30 in the morning, and then someone from the Public Defender's Office will be in touch with you here in the jail soon, okay? And then this is her violation paperwork, and I wish you the best of luck, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you. There should be about 5 of you, if you can just...
Sit on this side?
There's room for all of you at the tables. There's 3 chairs there, 3 chairs there. And then you can all just have a seat. I do have to swear all of you in, though. Could I have all 5 of you raise your right hand to be sworn in? And please answer out loud. Do all 5 of you swear or affirm any testimony you'll give today will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
Did you two answer out loud?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Let's start with State versus James Campbell or Campbell, 20D04, 2307, CM 1151, and 20D04, 2307, CM 1249. Sir, what is your name?
James Campbell,
What's your date of birth?
10786.
What is your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code?
Actually just got back from Florida, so if I was to get like a PR or something like that, it'd be back at the shelter until I start.
Faith
working
Mission?
again. Yes.
Faith Mission?
Yes.
Okay, we know that address. Okay, so let's see what we have. So the CM 1151 is a pending criminal mischief where I conducted your initial hearing back in August, which I'm sure you remember, and I gave you a future court date of October 10th, 2023, and you failed to appear.
Yeah, I missed my court date. They,
Hold on one moment. I gotta look at the other case. And then the other one is CM 1249, the pending battery case. And, okay, and that's the same. Yeah, same day, says you failed to appear.
and, I talked to the attorney. Attorney was giving me a runaround, said he had to do something else because I had conflict of interest along that line too. So it just ended up back around, and then I never got the call, and I ended up moving away for a while because I needed a break. Well, I just got back like in town like 24 hours ago. I got all my belongings in a motel room right now.
How did you get arrested so quickly?
I don't know, it happens every time. Tell me. I can't answer that.
You can't hide? You can run, but you can't hide. I guess that's it. But did they come to your hotel or something?
Yeah, they do.
So, but I will say this, I'm not really following. Why didn't you just come to your court date? You were in Florida?
I ended up leaving Elkhart, yeah, because I was frustrated with the shelter at the point in time. I had a lot of other issues going on with my jobs and stuff like that I still can't get a point across to some people. And so now I came back so I can see my kids, get a job, and try this all over again, get this over with. Because this is the only thing I got hanging over my head.
Do you have any money to hire a lawyer? Can you
I
afford?
don't.
Do you have anyone who could help you hire a lawyer?
At the time, no, I don't.
Okay, I'm going to reappoint the public defender's office.
Okay.
Your bond is set at the typical amount on a misdemeanor in our county, 150, well, 1,500, but $150 was 10% of 1,500 to bond out. It'd be $150 in each case, so it'd be a total of 300. And that's your bond. If you want to bond out, you or someone on your behalf would have to pay the jail $300 total, 150 each case.
Right.
I need to give you another court date though.
I tried bonding out. I do have the 300, but every time they run my card or they try giving me my property, they're saying that I got the amount on my debit card.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got the amount on my debit card. They said they put it on my account. I get on my phone, it's not there. She sat there and said she ran it and that it was declined, like that it won't go through. There's no way. So I don't understand that.
Where's the money right now?
It's in my property, in my wallet.
Like cash? Oh,
It's not cash.
and you're saying that they run your card and it's not working?
That's what she was saying. She's saying it was declined.
And I have had that happen before, and then they tried it again later, and then it worked. Is there anyone you could radio? I don't mean this very
Then
second, but
if it's in my bag, well, one officer sat there and said that I have to release my property to somebody.
well, I don't need a whole explanation, but you don't need to explain yourself. I'm gonna ask her if she can see if she can get an officer to assist you,
Okay, yeah.
okay?
All right.
So I need to give you another court date in Superior Court 4 which is in downtown Goshen. Don't miss this court date.
Okay.
You're just gonna have another warrant.
Well, if
So don't miss it.
if I can't bond out with the $300 a day, I'll be sitting here in jail. So.
Well, I think you're gonna be able to bond out soon. So I need to do a Tuesday morning.
And when is it?
Proceedings. February 6th, 2024 at 9:00 a.m. for both cases, okay? And then we'll give you the public defender's contact information. When you bond out, be sure to get a hold of them, okay?
All right. So that's what, 3 weeks away?
Yeah, just a few weeks away, yeah. Less than 30 days. Good luck, too.
All right.
Billy O.T. says hi. Yeah, so I just thank you for letting me take a moment. Archangel was a really, really wonderful friend. So it hits hard when it's any of my friends. But he will be very, very missed. And I do appreciate that you told us, Philip. I really do appreciate that. And I just want his family to know that they'll be in my prayers. And we're going to have a great night on his behalf.
State versus, oh no, and then the rest of you gentlemen are here for an initial hearing on new criminal charges, and I need to inform you of your legal rights, so please listen. And those are the rights that you all share today. Let's start with State versus Nicholas Bernice, 20D01, 2401, F511. Sir, what is your name?
Nicholas Bernice,
What is your date of birth?
8/14/1976.
What is your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code? Thank you. Did you hear and understand all of the rights I just told you?
Yes, I did.
In a moment, I'm gonna have the officer give you a 3-page document. We printed front to back. Page 1, page 2 is on the back, page 3 is on its own. It's a total of 7 counts. All 7 counts allegedly occurred here in Elkhart County, state of Indiana on January 8th of 2024. And all of these counts were filed by the prosecutor's office by the state of Indiana on January.
I've thought of him every day since he gave the fountain to the kitties because I've been waiting to thank him. So every time they've been over there getting a drink, I've been, hoping that he'd be on stream to see it so he can see how happy they are.
January 10th of 2024. Okay, count 1 charges you with intimidation, a level 5 felony, omitting formal parts. It alleges that you to communicate a threat to it to unlawfully injure, to it murder to Summer Fisher by using a deadly weapon to it, a knife, with the intent that Summer Fisher be placed in fear that the threat will be carried out. Count 2, domestic battery by means of a deadly weapon, a level 5 felony, alleges that you did knowingly touch another person to it, 1 Summer Fisher, a person who is a family or household member of you, in a rude, insolent, or angry manner by means of a deadly weapon to it, a knife. Count 3, intimidation, a level 5 felony, alleges that you do communicate a threat to it to unlawfully injure, to it murder, to Ralph Bowens by using a deadly weapon to it, a knife, with the intent that Ralph Bowens be placed in fear that the threat will be carried out. Count 4, intimidation, a level 6 felony, alleges that you did communicate a threat to Sarah Garcia with the intent that Sarah Garcia be placed in fear that the threat of unlawfully injuring Sarah Garcia would be carried out, and the threat communicated was to commit a forcible felony to it, arson. Count 5 is domestic battery as a Class A misdemeanor on page 2, so I'm on the backside now. Alleging that you did knowingly touch another person to it, 1 Summer Fisher, a person who was a family or household member of you in a rude, insolent, or angry manner. Count 6, intimidation, a Class A misdemeanor, alleges that you did communicate a threat to it, murder an animal belonging to Summer Fisher with the intent that Summer Fisher be placed in fear that the threat will be carried out. Count 7, criminal mischief, a Class B misdemeanor, alleges that you did knowingly damage or deface the property of another person to it, property of Brian Jackson, without the consent of Brian Jackson. Page 3, enhances or elevates count 5, domestic battery, from a misdemeanor up to a level 6 felony by alleging that you have a previous conviction for a battery offense. To it, domestic battery, judgment of conviction entered on September 18th, 2017 in the Elkhart Superior Court Number 1, cause number 20D01-1702 F6201, Elkhart County, Indiana. So what you have today is 3 level 5 felonies, 2 level 6 felonies, and a Class A and B misdemeanor. The level 5 felonies each carry a minimum sentence of 1 year, a maximum sentence of 6 years, and a fine of up to $10,000. The level 6 felonies each carry a minimum sentence of 6 months, a maximum sentence of 2.5 years, a fine of up to $10,000. The Class A misdemeanor, up to 1 year of incarceration and up to a $5,000 fine. The Class B misdemeanor, up to 6 months of incarceration and up to a $1,000 fine. I'm going to enter a preliminary plea of not guilty, which will become a formal plea of not guilty in 20 days. I see that you've already received, I want to say, 4 no contact orders.
Yeah, something like that.
So I'm going to look at them real quick to see what ones you received and signed. The first one involves Brian Jackson. The second one here is for Ralph Bowens, and it does have your signature. The third one is, well, won't come back to that one. Sarah Garcia, Summer Fisher. Okay, I'm not seeing, did you receive one that had the name Summer Fisher at the top? It's okay if you don't remember, but
I believe so. There was 4 of them altogether.
I know, and I see that, but the 4 that are signed and in the system, I don't see one on Summer Fisher. I see Ralph Bowens twice. So I don't know with 100% certainty, but from what, it appears that you were served Ralph Bowens no conduct order twice and you weren't served Summer Fisher's. And I don't expect you to know.
Yeah.
Who would know it? Who can I call in the jail to have them look it up and see what all he signed? Whose number is not in the directory? It's blank. You have her. It's gonna take more time to look it up. I'll be back. Just sit tight. Make sure they all get put in there correctly. I saw your signature. So those 4 names
He actually got up and left the bench and went to the jail to check, and then came back to the bench. He was gone like 20 minutes.
stated. I think I said them all by now. Garcia and Jackson and Bowens and Fisher. You cannot have any contact with any of those individuals while this case is pending, whether you're in this jail or out of this jail. If you have any contact with any of those individuals, each contact is a separate criminal charge called invasion of privacy, punishable by up to a year in jail and up to a $5,000 fine, okay? All right, can you afford to hire a lawyer?
No.
Do you have any money saved?
No.
Do you have anybody you could borrow money from to hire a lawyer?
No.
Do you have a bank account?
No, I don't.
Were you working before you were just arrested?
No, I was not.
How were you paying for things or supporting yourself?
I was living with my brother.
How come you weren't working though?
Everybody was on shutdown. There wasn't really nobody was hiring
How long have you been unemployed?
for almost a year.
Are you looking for
I've
work?
been
anywhere?
always,
Huh?
always looking.
Okay.
It's just, no one was hiring. All the factories went down and it just started to pick up. I was supposed to go for an interview at Allegiant, but I got put here. So
He's still using the COVID excuse? Really?
I had open interviews at Dutchman on the day I got arrested.
I'm going to appoint you an attorney from the Public Defender's Office. This case was filed in Elkhart Superior Court Number 1, located in the courthouse in downtown Elkhart, across from the public library where Superior Court 6 is. You will all get your court dates in writing before you leave the courtroom. Do not lose the paperwork that the officer gives you. It also has the address of the courthouse on it, so you know which courthouse your case is filed in. We have 6 courthouses in this county. Your attorney conference is February 21st, 2024 at 1 in the afternoon. Your omnibus date is February 26, 2024, and your plea bargain deadline is April 8th, 2024 at 8:30 in the morning. Your bond on this case is set at $75,000, 10% cash. You cannot go through a bondsman for you to bond out on this case. You or someone on your behalf would have to pay the jail $7,500, but as of right now, at least, it doesn't really matter how much your bond is because you have got a no bond probation hold. And then we got to wait and see what comes of the probation violation. And you'll be having a hearing on that very soon, probably one day next week. So I got you a public defender, I got your court dates. Good luck to you, Mr. Pernice, thank you. State versus Tremel Carter, 20D04, 2401, F644. Sir, what is your name?
Tremel Carter,
What is your date of birth?
10971.
What is your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code?
Mission.
Okay, that's fine. Did you hear and understand all of the rights I explained?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna have the officer give you a copy of the 4 count charging information that was filed by the state of Indiana on January 9th of 2024. Count 1 charges you with possession of cocaine as a level 6 felony, omitting formal parts. Count 1 alleges that on January 7th, 2024, at the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, when Tremel B.B. Carter did knowingly possess cocaine, pure or adulterated. Count 2, false informing, a Class A misdemeanor, alleges that on the same day you did give false information to a law enforcement officer relating to the commission of a crime, knowing said information to be false, with said act resulting in the substantial hindrance to a law enforcement process. Count 3, driving while suspended, a Class A misdemeanor, alleges that on the same day you did operate a motor vehicle upon a highway, to wit, Pleasant Plain Avenue, while knowing your driving privileges or license was suspended, and said date is less than 10 years after the date on which judgment was entered against you for a prior unrelated violation of IC or Indiana Code sections 924.19.1 or 924.19.2, to it on April 28th, 2023 in the Elkhart City Court, cause number 20H01-2301 IF45 in Elkhart County, State of Indiana. Count 4, possession of marijuana, a Class B misdemeanor, alleges that on the same day you did knowingly possess pure or adulterated marijuana, hash oil, hashish, or salvia. Count 1, you're facing a minimum sentence of 6 months, a maximum sentence of 2.5 years, and a fine of up to $10,000. Count 2 and Count 3 each carry a sentence of up to a year of incarceration and up to a $5,000 fine. Count 3 also carries a driver's license. For driving privileges, suspension of up to a year. Count 4, the B misdemeanor, you're facing up to 6 months of incarceration and up to a $1,000 fine. I'm going to enter a preliminary plea of not guilty, which will become a formal plea of not guilty in 20 days. Can you obtain an attorney if I give you time?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll give you time to hire a lawyer. This case was filed in Elkhart Superior Court 4. In fact, all three of you, your cases are in the same courthouse, Superior and courtroom. Superior Court 4, courthouse on Main Street, downtown Goshen, Indiana. All of you are in Goshen. I'm going to schedule for you, sir, a combined omnibus, further proceedings, and status of counsel hearing.
What's the omnibus?
Essentially a filing deadline for certain motions and or defenses.
Can I say something?
Yes.
When they brought me in the night I got arrested, they showed me a paper, the arresting paper. It said that I had meth.
Well, the piece
on the paper that they got in the booking area, he showed me it said meth on it.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he miswrote something, but even if that's the case, it doesn't make whatever the officer writes on a piece of paper means nothing. The only thing that matters is what the prosecutor decides to charge you with, and the prosecutor did not charge you with methamphetamine possession, instead cocaine. There's no meth charge. Yeah. No, I'd ask the same thing. I'd wonder the same. You're fine.
I haven't had a felony in 18 years, so, and I'm new to Indiana, so.
Well, where'd you come from?
Chicago.
Well, welcome to Elkhart County.
And I never.
We do things differently, by the way.
I see.
Way differently.
I see.
So remember that.
I see.
This whole, ROR, you just get in, get out, no prosecutor dismisses, strike. What do they do? What does it say on all these cases? Stricken off with leave to refile. None of that's going to happen. So different world here. We run a tight ship. So remember that. And don't drive if you don't have a valid license.
I'm not hard-headed.
All right.
The date needs to be on Monday.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I have 2 misdemeanors at city court,
I see that.
and they was gonna give me probation. They took the hold off, and they was gonna we was gonna resolve the case, but he wanted to see what you was gonna do.
Well, I am going to tell you here, your bond on this case is set at $10,000, 10% cash or surety. If you are going to ask for a potential bond reduction, then what we do is I order a bond report and I get you set for a bond hearing. If you don't think you can afford that bond, it'd be 10% of 10,000 is 1,000. You want me to order a bond report and get you in for a bond hearing? I'm happy to do that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's refer it to the probation department for a bond hearing, a bond report.
How does that go, Your Honor?
Well, someone from the probation department will interview you about your housing and employment and all that stuff, and then they file a report with the judge, which has information about you, a recommendation from the probation department as to whether the bond they believe should be reduced, and it'll also have your full criminal record. And then it gives the judge the important information and tools to make an informed decision on a bond reduction. So, bond report is ordered. I'm going to set a bond hearing. It's on.
So the bond hearing will be at the judge you just said in Goshen?
Yes. Yeah. February 7th, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. And then for now, I'm also subject to change from what happened to the bond hearing. I'm going to schedule a combined omnibus further proceedings and status of counsel hearing for Monday, March 4th. Did you say 8:30?
Yes.
Okay, at 8:30 a.m.
Okay, one more question.
Sure.
My probation judge lifted the hold. Is this hold lifted too?
Well, the hold, the probation hold that was put on you is out of Elkhart City Court, a criminal mischief case. If you're correct that Judge Gradnick lifted the hold,
He did.
then yeah, then the hold's gone.
I thought, but Your Honor, when I looked on, when they showed me it, you had a hold too.
I did it, but it's for the Elkhart City Court case.
Oh, okay.
And if no, you're fine. But if Judge Grodnick lifted it,
He lived it.
yeah, it's the hold for the case in his court. So for him, yeah, not for me.
All right.
Right. So if he lifted it, then that's good, okay? And then, yes, so try to get your lawyer hired as soon as you can, and then, yeah, we'll have a bond hearing February 7th. Okay.
My bond is $1,000 for this.
Right. Technically 10,000, but 10% is 1,000.
So can I use a Bill's bond?
Yeah, so, yeah, I'll tell you about that. Yours, you have two different ways to bond out. It's a 10% cash or surety. 10% cash is where you or someone on your behalf pays the jail $1,000, cash, credit, debit, and the court holds on to that $1,000, and when the case is over with, when it resolves itself, we will refund most, if not all of it, to whoever paid it. If you're convicted, we will apply fines and costs. We'll deduct it, and then whatever's left over, we'll give back. If you go through a bondsman, which is fine too, it may be a little under 1,000, might be as low as about 800, but you'll never get a dime back. Never. They keep that. That's the difference.
That's the difference?
That's
I've
the main
never used
difference.
bondsman before. Illinois, they don't do that.
Well, see, every jurisdiction's different.
Yes, sir, I'm learning. I'm learning. Well, thank you, Your Honor.
Stay out of trouble. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
State versus Todd Coleman, 20D04-2401-CM39. Oh, by the way, if anyone's watching, I'm not picking on Chicago. I like Chicago. I don't go there
Don't
very
pick on
often.
them. Pick-
I've always had a nice trip there. I'm not picking on them. I'm just saying we do things differently, but we also do things differently from probably Alaska and Texas and Tallahassee, Florida. State versus Todd Coleman, 20D04-2401-CM39. Sir, what is your name?
Todd Coleman,
What's your date of birth?
9/28/77.
Sometimes I just say that to scare people. 9/28/77. Scare them to not reoffend. Okay, what is your mailing address with city, state, and zip code? And there's no apartment or anything?
No.
Okay. All right then. Did you hear and understand all the rights that I explained?
Yes, yes, I did, sir.
Then I'm going to have the officer give you a copy of the charge that was filed by the state of Indiana on January 9th of 2024, charging you with theft as a Class A misdemeanor. Omitting formal parts, it alleges that on January 5th, 2024, the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, when Todd D. Coleman did knowingly exert unauthorized control over the property of another person to merchandise of Walmart with the intent to deprive Walmart of the value or use of any part of said property. If you're convicted, you're facing up to a year of incarceration and up to a $5,000 fine. I'm going to enter a preliminary plea of not guilty, which will be...
Can anybody explain to me why people think that they can steal from Walmart and get away with it? I've asked this before, and I still have yet to get an answer that makes any sense. They have better camera systems than NASA. You can't steal from Walmart and get away with it. They can read the barcodes from their ceiling. Stop it. It's dumb.
Come a formal plea of not guilty in 10 days. Let's see what's going on with your bond situations, because you don't have a hold, a probation hold or anything like that. The bond on this case right now is set, as of right now, is set at 5,000, 10% cash or surety.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Well, it could be. I mean, yeah, it could, yeah, yes. But the reason for that is because it looks like you're out on bond in another case, it looks like?
That's correct, that I haven't gone to court yet for.
Well, that's why the bond's 5,000 then. So it's alleged that you committed another crime while out on bond. And you're on pretrial, are you on pretrial supervision? Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Well, they filed a notice of non-compliance yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes, let me see if anything's happened with it. If I can find it, that is. Hey, today's Thursday. She says set it for today.
Probably in someone's.
It is. It's in Vicky's. I found it. So that's no problem. We can add it and there's no warrant, so it is. So are you ready for the cause number? We're gonna add 20D04 2305 F6 574.
You will find
And
out
I
how
will
true that
print
is coming up.
I'll print it. And then I think I can just complete it out of the queue. Do you agree?
Well, they probably need to put some kind of entry on stating that it was set for hearing.
True. Okay. Well, if you can, yeah. All right then, I will leave it alone. So I'm going to show CM39's initial hearing, F6574. I'll just put non-compliance. Okay. Yesterday, pretrial services filed a verified notice of non-compliance stating that you are out on bond. One of the conditions of your bond, of course, is that you shall not have any new arrests or commit any new criminal offenses, and it just says that you have that new theft. Now, whether you realize it or not, you're a very lucky man, because most of the time, not all, most of the time when one of these gets filed, we issue a no bond warrant.
It's not.
And we're not doing that on yours, essentially just ordering you to appear today. So you can bond out, but your bond is the 5,000, 10% cash or surety, so it'd be 500 to bond out.
Okay,
That is a good thing for you.
that is. Thank you.
In your other case, you have the public defender representing you, Connie Caceros. Can you afford to hire a lawyer for this case?
No, I do not.
Do you have any money saved?
No, I do not have any money saved.
Do you have a bank account?
No.
Were you working before you were just
Yeah, I was working. Yeah, I've been doing small jobs like painting houses and, rooms and doing remodeling.
Do you have any money saved from that job?
No, I do not. Matter of fact, I've lost them while I've been in here.
Okay. I am going to appoint the public defender's office in the new case. You'll have Ms. Caceros for both cases. You have a hearing already set in the felony case, February 7th. That is a Wednesday. So I'm going to do a I'm going to do further proceedings dash confirmed 2/7/2024 at 9 in the morning. And then on the new case, I need to set a combined omnibus and further proceedings date on a Wednesday morning, because you have a felony case as well. And how about, what's on here, March 6th would work. But they're going to need time to get discovery on the new one. Let's do it a little later. Let's do March 13th. Okay, further proceedings, March 13th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Okay, so if you bond out, be sure that you get a hold of Ms. Caceros. You must stay in contact with pretrial services with your case manager. Stay out of trouble. You don't understand how lucky you are right now.
Yes.
My advice to you, my unbidden advice, is that if you're not fully employed, you need to stay home, because it's alleged you went and stole stuff from Walmart. Just stay home so you don't get in more trouble.
Okay.
Stay out of trouble. Do you have any questions?
No.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
State of Indiana versus Brian.
So I was trying to wait for that one to end before I interrupted it. So back to your comment, Shane. Sometimes what they do, and I know this because I know someone who this happened to. Not me, y'all. I swear to God, it was not me. So they got the self-checkouts, right? And there was someone who was doing like every third item got, bloop, right into the bag. They pretended to scan it, but they didn't. And they didn't get caught on it, so they just kept doing it. And one day they were shopping, and in come the police, and away they went. Walmart waited until the balance of everything that they had stole over that time period reached $3,000, because then they could charge them with a felony. Oh yeah, they don't play. Sometimes you gotta wonder if you really did get away with it. And also, I must say thank you to someone named Shane, because they cash apped me last night and I didn't see it until this morning, but I was super, super, super happy and grateful, because I had been saving up to pay my internet bill because it was due on the 4th, and that actually put me over the top of being able to pay it. So thank you. Everybody in chat can go ahead and thank you too, because it probably won't be long, and they wouldn't have had me for a month. I am very, very grateful. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much.
And how do you say your last name? Odor, 20D04, 2401, F633. Can you state your name, please?
Yeah, Brian Odor,
What is your date of birth?
09/16/96.
969. What's your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code? Did you hear and understand all of the rights that I explained?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to have the officer give you a copy of the charge. It's a 2-page document we printed front to back, filed by the state of Indiana on January 9th of 2024. Charges you with operating while intoxicated. On page 1 there, it's preliminarily listed as a Class A misdemeanor. Omitting formal parts, it alleges that on January 5th of 2024, at the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, when Brian Odor did operate a vehicle while intoxicated in a manner that endangered a person. Page 2 on the back enhances or elevates the charge up to a level 6 felony by alleging that you have a previous unrelated conviction of operating while intoxicated in the St. Joseph Superior Court Number 3, cause number 71D03, 2004, CM001065, St. Joseph County, Indiana, on or about July 20th of 2020, said conviction having occurred within 7 years of the date alleged on page 1 hereof. So what you have here is just one level 6 felony. The minimum sentence you're facing is 6 months. The maximum sentence is 2.5 years, and you can be fined up to $10,000, and you're facing up to a 2.5 year driver's license or driving privileges suspension. I'm going to, wait a minute. Do you have an email as to why this isn't meaningful? Because there's a conditions order that is part of the PC and everything.
Yes, he is currently on probation in St. Joe County under cause number F6232. The PC order states he completed it, but they contacted St. Joe County and he is still on probation.
And now that you say that, I clicked into that case and there is recent activity. Let's see what this is. December 29th. Let's see. Oh.
As of January 8th, pretrial had contacted and they confirmed that he was still on probation.
Oh, I thought I was done with that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to second guess what that email says, but the original sentencing order in that case said he was on probation for 1 year, and that started December 21st of 2022. So I don't know. And there's even been something filed that alleges he was done with. I don't know. But okay.
Yeah, Your Honor, I was told I was completely done with that probation when I had my last meeting.
Well, the pretrial department here, from what I understand, someone contacted the probation department in St. Joe County and apparently was told you're still on probation there. So you'll need to check with them, but you don't have a probation hold. That's the good news.
I was gonna say I knew I had the certificate and everything.
Can you afford to hire a lawyer on this case?
No.
Do you have any money saved at all?
Negative.
Do you have anybody you could borrow money from to hire a lawyer?
No, not right now.
Then I'm going to appoint you an attorney from the public defender's office.
So will that add on to this charge or?
What do you mean?
The probation.
I don't know what you mean add on to this charge.
Well, I don't know if that's gonna make this worse or I don't know.
I don't know either. I have no idea. I just know that you've got this charge. Your bond is set at 10,000, 10% cash or surety. It'd be 1,000 to bond out.
Okay.
And I'm going to appoint you the public defender. It does say results are pending, so I'm not going to do the initial hearing license suspension. This case has been filed, I already told you, in downtown Goshen. I'm going to schedule an omnibus date, which you don't attend, as it's essentially just a filing deadline, February 27th, 2024. And then your further proceedings date is March 20th, 2024 at 9:00 a.m. You really need to do yourself a favor and stay away completely and utterly from alcohol. It is ruining your life, totally. It's not your friend, it's your enemy, and it keeps landing you in jail. And I feel sorry for you because you're a nice young man who should have his whole life ahead of him. So you got to get into treatment if that's what it takes. But
Right.
Good luck to you. Oh, and if you could bond out, get a hold of the public defender. We're giving you their contact information.
Okay, thank you.
Should be 4. Okay, yes. Can I have the first 2 of you have a seat at the table over here, and then there's room for the other 2 gentlemen at this table. 2 and 2. Yeah, it is cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
They haven't got the.
All right, everybody. I'm sorry. I have to stop the stream. Checks and Cherries has to leave for 15 minutes. So I'm just going to have to put the stream on hold. People in court, thank you so much. Hey, by the way, everybody, can y'all just check and make sure for sure that you are subscribed? I saw a couple of people that have been around forever that literally just showed up in the subscriptions list, like they didn't realize they weren't subscribed. And I mean, if you don't want to, you don't have to, but I'd really appreciate if you did. I crossed 1,700 new members, and then I lost 5. It happens. But if everybody could just make sure that they remembered to hit subscribe, I'd so super appreciate it, you guys. Yes, and thank you, people in court. That's a real honor to me. That is a real honor that you subscribed. Thank you. Good night, Chris Barton. Sleep sweet. I hope to see you on the next one. Much love. Oh, howdy, Kiki Blue. Thomas Mooney, you made it. Good to see you, love. Is the baby keeping you awake? Ooh, Mama Jamma, thanks for hitting the like button. Hello, Gus. Gus on the other line. And I was only kidding about stopping the stream. But it is nice to pop in once in a while and chat with you guys. It can't be all court stuff.
Figured out. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. I do need to swear all of you in, though, whether you're standing or seated. Can you all raise your right hands and be sure you answer out loud? Do all 4 of you swear or affirm any testimony you'll give today will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I've got Misters White, Good, Utley, and Tillman. Okay. So you're all here today for an initial hearing on new criminal charges, and I need to inform you of the legal rights that you all share, so please listen, okay? And those are the rights you all have today, okay? Let's start with State versus, the case is filed under the name Bernard Tillman, although you may be under the name at the jail Glenn Tillman.
Yes, I cut out when he reads them all their rights. We all know all the rights. So I thought I'd spare you that 15 minutes each group of people that come in.
More on that in a moment. 20D042401 F634. Sir, what is your full name?
Bernard Glenn Tillman.
Oh, okay. What is your date of birth?
436.
What is your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code?
Avenue.
I just said I need your full address, including city, state, and zip code.
Sorry.
That's it.
Elkhart, Indiana, zip code 46516.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Did you hear and understand all of the rights I just told you?
Yes.
Okay. Can you look for something while I'm doing this? There was a violation community corrections filed yesterday, and I don't know where it is in Odyssey land.
Okay.
But it's 2304 F6496. 2304 F6496. I'm going to have the officer give you a copy of the charge that was filed by the state of Indiana on January 9th of 2024, which charges you with 1 count of level 6 felony operating a vehicle as a habitual traffic violator, omitting formal parts. It alleges that on January 6th of 2024, the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, one Bernard G. Tillman did operate a motor vehicle while knowing his driving privileges were validly suspended pursuant to IC or Indiana Code Section 9-30-10 for 10 years, commencing
Yes.
on November 12th, 2023, and ending on November 9th of 2033. If you're convicted, the minimum sentence you're facing is 6 months. The maximum sentence is 2.5 years. You could be fined up to $10,000, and you're facing up to a 2.5-year driver's license or driving privileges suspension. I'm going to enter a preliminary plea of not guilty, which will become a formal plea of not guilty in 20 days. There's actually 2 cases. There's one in another case too, but.
Well, in the one that you gave me, it's in the bailiff's queue, and judge said warrant no bond,
Okay.
and then there's a note to give Vicky when the person's ready to process it so they can do it together.
Okay. And then while I'm at it, can you check one more? 20D04 2303 F6347. Probably, I'm assuming you're going to say the same thing.
Typically, but not always.
Do you have the money to hire a lawyer, sir? Same no bond?
Don't, Your Honor, but, can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
Are you saying it's 2 offenses or just 1?
No, just one. One charge of habitual traffic violator. Do you have any money to hire a lawyer?
No, I don't.
Do you have any money saved at all?
No,
Do you have anybody you could borrow money from to hire a lawyer?
not anybody I can think of right offhand.
Do you have a bank account?
Yes,
Is there anything in it?
no.
It's empty. I'm going to appoint you an attorney from the Public Defender's Office. This case has been filed in Elkhart Superior Court 4. You know where that is, in downtown Goshen. I'm going to set an omnibus date. You don't attend it. It's essentially a filing deadline of February 27th, 2024. And then we can always move it. But then the further proceedings date for now is March 20th, 2024 at 9 a.m. So the bond on this case is set at $5,000, 10% cash or surety, but you have a hold on you right now from Community Corrections.
Yes, sir.
And there's a no bond warrant that's coming. And that's typical when somebody's arrested and charged with a new offense while serving a sentence on Community Corrections. So you will not be able to bond out.
I couldn't possibly get the hold lifted.
No, you still owe.
Until
No, the answer is no. You are not going anywhere. You still owe an executed sentence. You still owe time.
the 15.
You owe Community Corrections time in 2 different cases.
Yeah, I understand.
So you're staying right here.
No, what I'm saying is they said it was a 15-day hold.
That's to give them time to file the violation, which they have. And it's a no bond warrant is being processed.
So they're not gonna give me a bond I'm not gonna get a bond.
No, you're not, because then you're just out not serving your sentence. You will not be getting a bond. No. So you're going to have a hearing on the violation very soon, though, probably one day next week. Do not drive if you don't have a valid license. I don't want you to respond to me. I just want you to listen to me, Mr. Tillman. Don't agree with me because I don't want you to say anything incriminating. You just very recently had a lot of freedom. You were serving a sentence on Community Corrections. I don't know if it was home detention or work release. I can look and see. It looks like it was electronic monitoring. So you got to live your life at home with some restrictions. Now you're going to sit in jail for a period of time for allegedly, according to the probable cause affidavit, allegedly getting in the car and going to the gas station to get tobacco. If it is not worth it. So do not drive if you don't have a valid license. You need to see now, this is what happens when people drive without licenses. It drives me bonkers because I have to deal with this every day. And you shouldn't be here right now. And I know you agree with me on that.
Of course I do.
So don't drive if you don't have a valid license. If you don't heed my warning, you'll be back here over and over and over. And I certainly don't want that. And neither do you. Good luck. State versus James Utley, 20D04, 2401, F629. Sir, what is your name?
James Utley,
What's your date of birth?
910.
What is your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code? Did you hear and understand all of the rights that I explained earlier?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll have the officer give you a copy of the Let's see. Oh, it's a 2-page document. We printed front to back, okay?
It kind of looks like it, but it's not actually a mohawk. It's a military cut. Um, I can't remember what it's called, but it's really short on the sides, and then it just has a little, peach fuzz on the top, basically. Um, but yeah, it's mohawk-esque.
And it's 3 total counts, all filed by the state of Indiana on January 8th of 2024. Count 1 charges you with level 6 felony operating a vehicle as a habitual traffic violator.
Yes, sir.
Omitting formal parts, it alleges that on January 4th,
I wanted to say high and tight, but I thought that was wrong, so I didn't say it because I didn't want to be wrong and then be laughed at. I give you guys enough reasons to laugh at me. So, but okay, if that's what it is. Buzz cut, crew cut, we're getting all kinds of votes here. If it's still a topic at the end, once court's over, then we'll go do a little adventure and find out what kind of cut it really is.
2024 at the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, when James A. Utley did operate a motor vehicle while knowing his driving privileges were validly suspended pursuant to ICR Indiana Code Section 9-30-10 for 10 years, commencing on February 13th, 2022 and ending on February 11th of 2032. Count 2, possession of marijuana, is preliminarily listed on page 1 as a Class B misdemeanor. It alleges that on the same day you did knowingly possess pure or adulterated marijuana, hash oil, hashish, or salvia. Count 3, possession of paraphernalia, a Class C misdemeanor, alleges that on the same day you did knowingly possess a raw material, an instrument, a device, or other object that you intended to use for introducing into your body a controlled substance. Page 2 on the back enhances or elevates Count 2's marijuana charge up to a Class A misdemeanor by alleging that you've been previously convicted of an offense involving drugs, to wit, possession of marijuana, in Elkhart Superior Court 6, cause number 20D06-2002 F6286 in Elkhart County, State of Indiana, on or about November 18th of 2020. So what you have is 1 level 6 felony, 1 Class A misdemeanor, 1 Class C misdemeanor. The level 6 felony carries a minimum sentence of 6 months, maximum sentence of 2.5 years, a fine of up to $10,000, and up to a 2.5-year driver's license or driving privileges suspension. The Class A misdemeanor, up to a year of incarceration and up to a $5,000 fine. The Class C misdemeanor, up to 60 days of incarceration and up to a $500 fine. I'm going to enter a preliminary plea of not guilty, which will become a formal plea of not guilty in 20 days. Can you afford to hire a lawyer?
Yes, I can if I'm able to be released, get back to my daughter at home. She's only 18.
Well,
She
you're,
had just come back into my life, and I just was going to work actually to do a little side job to make a little extra money for her. And I mean, I have a daughter sitting at home by herself till I get there. I mean, I just, like I said, she just came back into my life 18 years ago. I hadn't seen her for 18 years. So if it's possible, if the court would please let me do something, I will hire my own attorney while I get out, get her situated, send her back to her mother because she came from Ohio.
Sir, just because she hasn't been in your life for 18 years or you haven't been in her life for 18 years does not mean she's still a child that needs you to take care of her. You don't need to get out of jail to get her situated and get her back to her mother. At 18, she's an adult. She can find her way to her mother.
Come see me. But I'm like in a hard spot here, sir, and I understand everything you just told him. And I originally do not drive. The truck was not mine. It was not in my name, and the paraphernalia was not mine. It was in the truck. I had no idea that it was there.
Sure.
I just borrowed a guy's truck to go do some work real quick and come back.
I appreciate your honesty, but you got to remember, anything you say can be used against you.
Yes,
And
sir.
it's not, it's, I understand, sir, but it's not a defense. It is not ever a defense to say, well, I had to go do a little bit of work. Like, it's okay if I'm HTV, I can just go drive as long as it's just to do something real quick. You can't even pull a car into your garage if you're a habitual traffic
I understand that, sir.
Well, no, you don't. No, you don't, because you have had this charge before. We've talked about it before, and I don't think you understand it. And now I gotta look and see, because you have this probation hold.
Yeah, I already paid my bond, which I did not know that I had a hold. I'm trying to get back to my daughter, and I went down and bond out, and come to find out I had a hold on me, and here I am. So, I mean, she's literally sitting at home freaking out. I don't know what to do here.
Well, I'm sorry that she's sitting at home freaking out, but you put yourself there, Mr. Utley. So I'm sorry for that, but you can tell me that till you're blue in the face. Don't put that on my shoulders.
I'm just saying, I mean, you know.
You're not gonna get sympathy from me.
Okay.
While I'm looking to see what's going on with the probation matter, do you have any money to hire a lawyer?
Not until I have money sitting at my job at the office that I have saved back for a place that I was getting for me and her, because I live with
Well,
somebody.
hold on. How much money do you have at the place?
About $800 at my office.
That wouldn't be enough to hire a lawyer, though.
No, I mean, I was trying to borrow some more money from them.
Do you have anyone who could help you hire a lawyer?
Not at the moment. I mean, until I talk to my boss and everything. I mean.
Okay, I'm just gonna appoint you an attorney from the public defender's office. I moved the probation violation. There's so many cues, I don't have them memorized. I used to have like access to 4, now I have 100. I'm moving it to your queue with a note, and then please move it to whoever it needs to go to. But, oh, there it goes. So a probation violation has been filed, but it was filed in Superior Court 6 because that's where you were on probation. You already had a probation you were found in violation already, and the judge put you back on probation. And so there was a violation filed on January 8th, and it doesn't even reference this case. So they're gonna, oh yeah, it does. There it is, habitual traffic violator. And the probation department's asking.
It's okay, Mighty Spork. The best is yet to come.
For a warrant. So you're going to have a warrant issued very soon on the probation violation. And you're going to have a hearing on it very soon as well. So here's what I need to do. I need to appoint you the public defender's office, plea not guilty as I already stated. Your omnibus date, which you don't attend, is essentially a filing deadline, is February 27th, 2024. Your further proceedings date, which you do attend, is March 20th, 2024 at 9 o'clock in the morning. And then when you have your initial hearing on that probation violation next week, you'll be told if there's a bond on it or not. But I can tell that there's a warrant coming on it, which there virtually always is on a probation violation.
I don't understand that one. I didn't have one on the first one. I mean.
Well, but then that's why you have one now. You already violated your probation with Judge Bonfiglio, remember?
Yeah.
And he put you back on probation, right?
Right.
And now it's alleged you went and committed 3 new offenses, so now you're getting a warrant. Good luck to you.
But Judge, I need to get to my adult daughter who's at home. Sir, you pronounced drugs wrong.
State versus Thomas White, 20D01, 2312, F5311. Sir, what is your name?
Thomas White, sir.
What is your date of birth?
October 20, 19.
What is your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code? Did you hear and understand all of the rights that I explained?
I did, sir.
Okay. I'm going to have the officer give you a copy of the 2-count charging information that was filed by the state of Indiana.
May I say, sir? I suffer from bipolar and dementia, and things like that, you know, and hadn't been medicated and stuff like that. I've been asking for it.
Well, you're doing okay right now?
Not really, sir.
Well, let me read you the charges. On December 1st, 2023, the state charged you in 2 counts. Count 1 is level 5 felony, domestic battery by means of a deadly weapon. It alleges that on November 15th, 2023, at the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, one Thomas C. White did knowingly touch another person, to it one Tammy White, a person who is a family or household member of the said Thomas C. White, in a rude, insolent, or angry manner by means of a deadly weapon, to it a baseball bat. Count 2, intimidation, a level 6 felony, alleges that on the same day, you did communicate a threat to Tammy White with the intent that Tammy White be placed in fear that the threat of unlawfully injuring Tammy White would be carried out, and the threat communicated was to commit a forcible felony, to it murder. Now you got to remember, these are just allegations.
Yes, sir.
Right. You're innocent unless or until you're proven guilty.
Yes, sir.
In count 1, if you're convicted, the minimum sentence you're facing is 1 year. The maximum sentence is 6 years. And you could be fined up to $10,000. Count 2, the minimum sentence you're facing is 6 months. The maximum sentence is 2.5 years. And
He's a toucher with a baseball bat. Come on now. Yeah, and when I did that spinny thing in my chair, I forgot that I had a heating pad plugged in.
you could be fined up to $10,000. I'm going to enter a preliminary plea of not guilty, which will become a formal plea of not guilty in 20 days. Do you have the funds to hire a lawyer?
Not this minute, sir.
Will you have one in another minute? Well, a lot of people,
I don't know.
a lot of people say not right now or not presently, but that implies that there's a change that's coming in the future, you know?
Well,
So,
sir, in fact, Tammy White's getting some of my money out of my account, so.
okay. How much
She
is in the
moves
account?
to
Huh?
Virginia.
What?
She lives in Virginia,
Okay.
sir.
Do you-
And she assaulted me too, sir. My back is blowing out when she knocked me down.
Maybe she'll have charges too. I don't know.
I don't know, sir.
Well, do you have any money saved right now is my question.
Sir, I don't know at this moment. I'm staying at the Majestic Seniors Home,
Mm-hmm.
and all my stuff got stolen from there, meaning my clothes, my wallet, everything.
Do you have access to any money at all right now?
I don't have a card to get into my credit union, sir, because they stole it. My wallet, my card was in there.
Do you have any idea how much is in the credit union bank
This guy's got 99 problems, but Tammy White ain't one of them.
account?
Possibly $2,000, sir. Possibly.
But you're not sure.
Not sure, sir.
Do you have any? How do you support yourself? Do you
I'm
work? Do you get disability?
I'm being a veteran on disability and I get Social Security pension, sir.
Okay. Do you have anybody who could help you hire a lawyer?
I don't think so, sir.
Then why don't I appoint you an attorney from the Public
Sure,
Defender's
thank you.
Office, okay? This case was filed in Elkhart Superior Court Number 1, located in the courthouse in downtown Elkhart, Indiana, across from the public library. We're gonna give you paperwork. It'll have your court dates on it in just a moment, as well as the courthouse's address. Your attorney conference is February 21st, 2024 at 1 in the afternoon. Your omnibus date is February 26th, 2024. And your plea bargain deadline is April 8th, 2024 at 8:30 in the morning. The bond that is set on this case is the typical amount in our county on a level 5 felony. It's $5,000, 10% cash, meaning 500 to bond out, not 5,000.
Yes, sir.
So if you bond out, it'd be $500 paid to the jail. You cannot go through a bondsman. $500 cash, credit, or debit, and the court will hold on to that $500. And when the case is resolved, we'll give back some, if not all of it. And be sure you get a hold of the public defender if you bond out.
Yes,
Giving
sir.
you their contact information.
How do I get those numbers, sir?
Who's-
Public defenders?
Yep, it's coming. The officer's
Oh,
got it
okay.
in her hand.
All right, sir.
Okay, stay well.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I I may be less brave and more dumb because I had to make sure that I didn't, like cause a problem with the cord or something or that I wasn't going to like sever a cord that's plugged in. Yeah. So it was out of necessity because I didn't want to accidentally like start a fire or something because I'm dumb.
Thank you. State versus Timothy Good, 20D03-2401 F512. Sir, what is your name?
Timothy Alexander Good,
What? Oh.
G-O-D, no E.
Okay, that sounds good. What is your date of birth?
My date of birth is October 13 of 19.
What is your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code? Thank you, sir. Did you hear and understand all of the rights that I explained today?
Yes, I did, sir.
Okay, then I'm going to have the officer give you a copy of the 10-count charging information. When I was doing the rights earlier, I looked as best as I could. I think they're all identical. I really do. It's 10 counts filed by the state of Indiana on January 10th of 2024, and it appears that they are all identical, meaning I really only have to read you one because they're all the same, because they're alleging that you possess these items all on the same day. So 10 counts of level 5 felony possession of child pornography. Each count alleges, omitting formal parts, that on
Pitchforks and fire, y'all. Pitchforks and fire.
December 31st of 2023 at the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, 1 Timothy A. Good, with intent to view the image, did knowingly possess or access an image that depicted or described sexual conduct by a child less than 18 years of age,
Not Timothy Good, Timothy Very Bad.
or by a person who appears to be a child less than 18 years of age, and the representation of the image was obscene as described in Indiana Code Section 35-49-2-1, and the sexual conduct, matter, performance, or incident depicted or described a child who is less than 12 years of age. And yeah, they're all the same here. So, and so they're alleging that you possessed 10 pieces of child pornography. That's why there are 10 counts all on the same date of December 31st. In each count, if you're convicted, the minimum sentence you're facing is 1 year. The maximum sentence is 6 years, and you could be fined up to $10,000. I'm going to enter a preliminary plea of not guilty, which will become a formal plea of not guilty in 20 days. Are you able to obtain your own attorney?
No, sir. I do have a little bit of money left over in my checking and savings courtesy of Social Security disability income. It might be
What's that amount?
$800.
Well, that's not enough to hire a lawyer. That's okay. Do you have any other money saved anywhere else?
No,
Okay.
my wife is on.
That's right, y'all. His wife. This sicko has a wife.
Social Security.
Is Social Security your only source of income?
Yes.
All right. Do you have anybody who could help you hire a lawyer?
No.
Then I'm happy to appoint you an attorney from the Public Defender's Office, okay?
Okay.
How the
This
judge
case
is
was
so
been
nice.
filed in Elkhart Superior Court Number 3, which is located in the courthouse on Main Street in downtown Goshen, Indiana. Now,
Ocean, because neither of us drive.
you're going to have to get a ride.
Too bad.
It can't be in Elkhart, downtown
No,
Elkhart.
it's in the courthouse in Goshen.
Okay.
Same county, it's just another town in our county.
Right, I know Goshen.
And the bond is set at $50,000 right now. So to a bondsman, it'd be about $5,000. Were you going to potentially ask for a bond reduction or no?
Because like I say, I could handle if it were the court cash of $500.
Well, that's not how it,
incentive.
no, because it's 50,000. 10% is 5,000.
And I don't have any way right now to get a hold of a bondsman. My cell phone is at home with my wife, so.
Well, would you be able to afford to pay a bondsman about 5,000 anyway?
I don't have 5,000.
Well, that's why, sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting you. I know where you're going.
I understand.
Yeah, it's the same thing every day, so I follow. If you don't think you can afford the bond, I can order a bond report and get you set for a hearing where arguments will be made, and then the judge can decide whether to reduce your bond. Do you want me to do that?
Please, because like I say, if it could be.
You don't need to say a thing. I'm just happy to do it.
$500 court cash type, well, a court cash where I pay $500 and.
Well, yes, but that would be a $5,000 bond, but your bond is $50,000.
Right.
You got to add another zero.
Right, I understand.
But I'm going to order a bond report, and I'm going to set you for a bond hearing, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so here are your court dates. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have the officer give you 2 identical date sheets and a pen. All I'm going to do is read these court dates out loud, and while I'm doing that, you don't even really need to focus on me because you got them in writing. You're going to keep them. Your judge simply requires you to fill out your contact information on one of these date sheets, okay?
In the words of Judge McConico, if he were to have his, bond redetermination hearing in front of Judge McConico, the words would be, the court finds that this is an unaffordable bond, and to be an unaffordable bond, the court has to determine that there's a substantial risk to the community, and I find that obtaining and possessing the materials that you had is a tremendous risk to the community. Bond reduction denied. Sit your ass there.
So she'll give you a pen. So you just start filling out your contact information as I tell you the dates, all right? Your bond hearing is February 1st, 2024 at 9 in the morning. Yep, see it, just a signature and contact, yep.
Sign your name.
Sign here.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Everything that it asks for, your address, phone number, whatever, you just gotta fill it out. Your omnibus date is February 22nd, 2024. Your plea bargain deadline is February 29th, 2024 at 9 in the morning. Your pretrial conference is April 18th, 2024 at 9 in the morning. Go ahead and head for it. Huh? I think it'd be fun. Okay, Mr. Good, the last date on there, I need, that one I do need you to focus on. I'm scheduling your case, Mr. Good, for a jury trial just in the event it goes to trial. And that jury trial date is April 29th, 2024 at 9 in the morning. Do you understand and acknowledge I just scheduled your jury trial, if it goes to trial, for April 29th, 2024 at 9 a.m.?
I do.
Okay? If you fail to appear for that trial, the trial can go forward in your absence. The jury could convict you in your absence, and a warrant could be issued for your arrest. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
So we'll show that the defendant acknowledges his jury trial in open court. Okay? Now, last thing, for safety purposes in the jail, do you want me to take back the charging document that says all of the stuff about possession of child porn for your safety in the jail, and then you can read it again with your lawyer in the near future?
All right.
Okay, thank you. All right.
That is an act of grace on that judge. I've seen him do that before with other similar type offenders. He does that to potentially save their life. And he always calls their hearing last in the block because they're brought in like 4 or 5 at a time. And he will always call that one after all the others are gone. Earl, buddy, everybody loves your beautiful markings and your pretty soft coat. And they just adore when you come, but you stand in front of me. And it's my show, dude, not yours. I know, it's kind of yours and Ava's and Billy's. This is an April Searing exclusive. This is Judge Ditton out of Elkhart, Indiana. And they're switching to divisions. So all of the cases are being reassigned. So I don't know what court he's going to. And I don't know if y'all can hear Ava snoring. She is snoring like the big old baby she is. And I gotta go this other direction for you to see her. Maybe that's why Earl came over here, was because she's way up there and she was snoring like a log. Yeah, you big old baby. You big old snore. Snore. Everybody's favorite pup, Ava. Now that you're up. Speak. You gonna speak? Gotta speak. Speak. After your yawn. Speak. There you go. Good girl. Now we've had Ava, Earl, and Billy. The whole paw firm has been on. Goville girl said a funny. They do that. I know. I've had him on a few times, but I'm the only person who's going to run him because getting these dockets is a lot more work than ones that you can just download off YouTube. And people in court, if you saw that, don't you dare start trying to find my judges. Oh, yes. I have probably 1,500 hours at minimum of court dockets. At least 1,500 hours. And maybe more. And I'll never go through all of them, but I've got tons of stuff that I have to go through that I really want to go through. And I just don't have enough time in the day. But I'll get there. I promise.
Mr. Good, you have a good day. No pun intended. Good without an E, right? Take care. Thank you.
That deed and my cane is in, turned in my stuff.
You take your time. That's okay. You're fine. No problem. Wow, a lot of people coming.
It's the last group.
Oh, 4, 5, 6. Perfect.
Yeah. The last person, he has an initial hearing too. Someone else's.
Okay. So I'm going to have the first 3 of you just have a seat at the table here. And then I'm going to need one of you to grab a chair and kind of put it in between the tables because there's 7 of you and I only have room for 6 at the tables. And that should be everyone, by the way, right? Okay. I need to swear all 7 of you in. Could you all raise your right hands for me and please be sure that you answer out loud for me? Do all 7 of you swear or affirm any testimony you'll give today will be the truth?
Yes.
And everyone answered out loud?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We called all of you in at the same time because you're all here for the same thing, that being an initial hearing on an alleged violation of your sentence, whether it's a violation of probation or a violation of community corrections. Either way, you all have the same rights, and I need to tell you those rights, so please listen, okay? And those are the rights that you all share today. Okay, let's start with State versus Javier Fraga, 20D04, 2208, F6 1035. Sir, what is your name?
Javier Fraga.
What is your date of birth?
826.
What is your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code? And for each of you today, when I ask for your address, please be sure that you tell us your city, state, and your zip code, including zip code. Thank you. Did you hear and understand the rights that I just told you?
Yes.
Okay, this is a violation of probation that was filed on January 9th of 2024. It's your habitual traffic violator case where you're facing up to a year because if you're found in violation, because that's what was suspended when you were convicted. It states as a term of your probation, you shall not violate any law or disregard any court order. It just says that you have that new habitual traffic violator charge I've already seen you on, and it's nothing new, okay? It says you owe some money, but we'll deal with the money later. Okay, I'm gonna enter a denial, and on your new case, I appointed you the public defender's office. Do you know who your public defender is yet?
No.
It's Ethan Legg, and I'm going to have her write his name down for you so you know his name. Now, from what I see in the entry, it's just really an order to appear. It just says set it when it's so I don't see a warrant or anything. So what that means, sir, is if there happens to be any time left on your 15-day hold, I'm going to lift it now. Early, meaning if you want to be released, you'd have to pay your bond in your new case. It's set at $10,000, 10% cash for surety, which is $1,000 to bond out.
Okay.
But then also, I know that I appointed you to the public defender's office in the new case. Have you gained access to any money since I saw you last that you could use to hire a lawyer in this case?
No, sir.
Then I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you on this case as well, so you'll have Ethan Lake for both. And then I need to schedule a further violation hearing. It's February 14th, 2024. At 9 o'clock in the morning. And that's in addition to the other dates I gave you in your new case.
Yes.
Okay, and then if you bond out, be sure that you get a hold of your probation officer.
Okay.
All right, and then this copy of the violation, and we'll give you your next court date, and good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Don't drive if you don't have a valid license. State versus Dustin Ellsworth, 20D01, 1906, F5136. Huh? Oh, okay, thank you. As well as 20D04, 2111, F61429, and 20D04, 2302, F6134. All right. Sir, what is your name?
Dustin Ellsworth,
What is your date of birth?
5/18/19.
What is your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code? Did you hear and understand the rights that I explained?
Yes.
All right. This is a violation of community corrections that was filed in all three cases on the same, it was all filed on January 8th, 2024. It states, okay, that you were serving your sentence on electronic monitoring.
Yeah.
It alleges as follows, that on January 3rd, 2024, you failed to report for a drug screen. It says on January 3rd, 2024, at approximately 4:41 p.m., your case manager spoke with you by telephone and instructed you to report for a drug screen by 8 o'clock p.m. You agreed to report, but you failed to do so. Then it says on January 4th, 2024, the next day, you again failed to report for a drug screen. It says at 8:35 in the morning that day, a case manager spoke with you by telephone and told you to report for a drug screen by 11 in the morning, and you agreed, but you didn't report. Then it says that on same day, January 4th, 2024, at approximately 4:23 p.m., a case manager spoke with you by telephone and instructed you to report for an administrative hearing on January 5th, 2024 at 9 in the morning. You agreed to report, but you failed to do so. So as a result, a no bond warrant was issued. Were you wearing your ankle monitor when you were recently arrested on this?
Yes.
Then your outdate shouldn't change. I mean, it says October 12th, 2025. Of course, the question is where will you serve that time, and that's what we'll figure out at a future hearing. I am going to enter a denial. Can you afford to hire a lawyer?
No.
Do you have any money saved at all?
No.
Do you have a bank account?
No.
Do you have anyone who could help you hire a lawyer?
No.
So you have access to $0, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to appoint you an attorney from the Public Defender's Office. You are held without bond since you still owe time, so you cannot bond out, but you are getting credit toward your sentence every day that you're here. And, well, it's not, I was going to say unfortunately, it's not unfortunate, but because you were serving sentences out of different courts, I got to give you 2 sets of court dates in 2 different courthouses. So your Superior Court 1 violation is set for a further hearing February 12th, 2024 at 1:30 in the afternoon. Your Superior Court 4 violations are set February 14th, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. Okay? And then someone from the Public Defender's Office will be in touch with you soon, all right? Okay, well, thank you. That's written too. Take care. State versus Antoine Cassell, 20D04, 2207, F6884. Sir, what is your name?
Antoine Cassell,
What's your date of birth?
6/22.
What is your mailing address? Did you hear and understand the rights that I explained?
Yes.
On January 5th of 2024, Elkhart County Community Corrections filed a violation. It states that you were serving your sentence on electronic monitoring. It alleges that on December 28th, 2023, you submitted an oral fluid swab screen that was sent to Forensic Fluids Laboratories that was confirmed positive for THC or marijuana. And so as a result, a no bond warrant was issued. And were you wearing your ankle monitor when you were arrested?
Yes.
Then your outdate shouldn't change. It says it's April 15th. Question is, where will you serve it? That's what we'll figure out. I'm going to enter a denial. Can you afford to hire a lawyer?
I'm in here now.
I know, but people hire lawyers even though they're in jail, so I still got to ask. Can you obtain an attorney if I give you time?
I can try, yes.
I can give you time to try then, no problem. Okay, I'm going to mark down you're going to hire a lawyer. Give you time to try, and your further violation hearing in Superior Court 4 is February 14th, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. Please get your lawyer hired as soon as you can. You have to remain here. It's no bond, but you're getting credit for every day that you're here, okay? All right, Mr. Cassell, good luck to you. Thank you. State versus Kevin Coleman, or Kavan, I'm sorry, 20D02, 2008. F5190 and 20D02, 2008, F6863. Sir, what is your name?
Kevin Coleman.
So I said it right the second time? What's your date of birth?
1107.
What is your full mailing address? Did you hear and understand all of the rights that I explained?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is a violation of probation that, filed in 2 cases on the same day, September 14th, 2023. F5190 is your carrying a handgun case where you're facing up to, looks like you had 2 years on probation. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay. And less any additional good time credit that you may have. And then the other is your F6863. Which is domestic battery, where you're facing up to a year less than the additional good time credit. Probably going to be identical. Yes, it says as a term of your probation, you shall not use or possess any illegal substance. It says on September 5th, 2023, you submitted to a drug screen that was positive for THC or marijuana. On September 12th, 2023, you submitted to another screen that they say was positive for amphetamine and THC. You asked for that test to be sent out for third-party confirmation to the lab, but you didn't pay the fee to have it sent out, which I think is about $25. And then it says you owe some money to the probation department or the clerk or both. We'll deal with the money later. Okay, that's it then. I'm gonna enter a denial to the violations. On F6863, your judge issued a no bond warrant. On F5190, it's the same, so you're held without bond right now. But you are getting credit for every day that you're here. Can you afford to hire a lawyer?
No, sir.
Do you have any money saved at all?
No, sir.
Do you have anybody who could help you hire a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay. Then I am going to appoint you an attorney from the Public Defender's Office. Gentlemen, our county switched effective January 1st such that only certain courts are handling criminal cases. Superior Court 2 is no longer doing criminal cases, so I have to transfer your case. It doesn't delay anything, but I have to transfer it to Elkhart Circuit Court in Goshen, the courthouse in downtown Goshen. But it doesn't make much of a difference right now to you because you're held without bond, so they'll be sure that you attend your hearing. But at any rate, these cases are transferred to Elkhart Circuit Court, and your next court date in Circuit Court is February 8th, 2024 at 8:30, okay? And then here's a copy of the violations. Stay healthy, okay? Thank you. State versus Roberto Hernandez, 20D06-2203, CM394. Sir, what is your name?
Roberto Hernandez,
What is your date of birth?
October 7th.
What is your full mailing address? Thank you. Did you hear and understand the rights that I explained a little bit ago?
Yes.
Okay. This is a alleged violation of Elkhart County Community Corrections, which was filed on October 6th of 2023. It says that you were ordered to report to work release on October 5th, and it says you didn't.
They gave me until October 25th, though, 30 days, which I was released on September 26th.
Let me see what the order says. I'm looking at an order from October 2nd. What date did you say you were released?
September 26th.
Oh, so the order, okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at an order from a hearing that says it was held September 27th, so we're within a day, but very close to what you said. What that order says is that you appeared from the jail and that you admitted to violating, and the court ordered the remainder of your sentence imposed through Elkhart County Community Corrections, defendant authorized release, to report by October 5th, 2023. It says it right there in the order. Now, I'm also looking to see if by chance there was anything filed by you, because it happens a lot where people ask for an extension of time to report, but there isn't any. So your order in black and white says October 5th, so I don't know what date, I don't know where you're getting that date, sorry. But at any rate, you had 171 days is what they say you owe. You only have to do half of that, 86 actual days. So you owe the sentence, you're getting credit for it right now, but you're held without bond as of right now. Can you afford to hire a lawyer?
No.
Do you have any money saved at all?
My last paycheck,
How much is it though?
$426, after child support.
Do you have anybody who could help you hire a lawyer?
No.
I'm happy to appoint you an attorney from the Public Defender's Office, okay?
Okay.
And enter a denial. Superior Court 6 isn't doing criminal cases anymore, so I have to order this transferred to Elkhart Superior Court 4 in Goshen. So your next violation hearing is February 14th, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. And you're getting credit for every day that you're here, okay?
Well, isn't my outdate like somewhere still? It's just to finish it here.
Well, I can probably tell you that. When do you know when you were arrested on the warrant? When?
I came in on Tuesday.
Tuesday of this week?
Yeah.
You were arrested on Tuesday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, then why don't I just tell you real fast? Only take me a moment.
Because I believe I only had to go 2 months to ECC.
Well, the violation says that you had to serve, because they gave you the credit off of it, 86 actual days, 86 actual days. And Tuesday was January 9th. And if I add 86 days to that date, it shows April 5th. That's what it shows. But if you believe that that's incorrect, then you need to talk to your attorney about it. It looks like it is correct to me, but we can also get a credit time memorandum if we need to.
Okay.
This is violation, but it appears to be correct. So Mr. Hernandez, good luck to you. State versus Michael Carter, 20D02-1703, F6422, and 20D02-1811, F61717. Sir, what is your name?
My name is Michael Duran Carter Jr.
What is your date of birth?
0302.
Is Mr. Hernandez still up right there?
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Hernandez, the date that I gave you was off by 1 day. I accidentally typed in January 9th of 2023. I fixed it to 2024, and the result was April 4th, not April 5th.
Okay. Thank you.
Still getting used to being 2024. What is your mailing address, including city, state, and zip code, Mr. Carter? Thank you. Did you hear and understand all of the rights that I explained?
Yes.
Okay. These are probation violations that, in two cases that were both filed on the same day, September 8th, 2023. And let's see what cases they are. Let's see, F6
They
1717.
ran concurrent.
I don't know yet. I haven't looked.
I'm together.
Huh?
I'm saying that's why they on the same day, because
Okay.
they ran concurrent.
Okay. Well, one of them is a resisting law enforcement where you're facing up to a year because you got a year suspended.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one, F6422 is.
Failure to return a lawful detention
Yep.
center,
Yep.
up to a year suspended.
Yeah, probably. Let me get to it here. Yes.
They ran concurrent.
Let's see.
It looks like I got two cases, but it's
Yep,
one.
it does say here that F61717 is concurrent with F6422. Yep. All right, on September 8, 2023, a violation was filed. It states, as a term of your probation, you must report to your probation officer at any date and time scheduled. It alleges that on September 5th, 2023, you failed to report for an appointment. Next, as a term of your probation, you shall not use or possess any illegal substance. That alleges, and also you shall not use or possess alcohol. That alleges that on August 21st, 2023, you submitted to a drug screen that was positive for cocaine, THC, or marijuana, and alcohol. You requested confirmation test, and after probation they were unsuccessful in trying to get a hold of you to notify you of the positive result. And then on October 3rd of 2023, a first violation supplement was filed that states and alleges that you were scheduled for an appointment September 25th, 2023, but you failed to appear. So let me see if there is so I'm going to enter a denial on F61717, no bond. On F6422 is no bond. So you're getting credit for every day that you're here. And then you do have a new case. You have new charges. You've got an initial hearing with Judge Cristofino on 1 week from today, January 18th.
Mm-hmm.
Can you afford to hire a lawyer?
No.
Do you have any money saved at all?
No.
Do you have a bank account?
No.
Were you working before you were just arrested?
No.
How were you paying for things or supporting yourself?
Day-to-day jobs, like little random pickup jobs, like helping out with people.
Do you have any money saved from those jobs?
No.
Do you have anybody
AKA drug dealing, Judge.
who could help you hire a lawyer?
No.
Okay, I'm going to appoint you an attorney from the public defender's office, and then I'm going to order these cases and these violations transferred to Elkhart Circuit Court, and I'll put on here to coincide with.
So you tell I can't get to my probation violation right now?
No, the
I have to wait?
prosecutor's not here, right?
Okay.
To coincide with 20C01, 2401, F43. That's your new case you're going to go to court on next week. And I did appoint you the public defender's office, so someone from the public defender will be in touch with you here in the jail very soon. Your next court date on this in circuit court is February 8th, 2024 at 8:30 in the morning. And then I am printing right now a copy of your new charges that you're going to go to court for next Thursday. So that you
charge me.
Well, that's why I'm printing them.
Oh.
I'm going to give them to you and then you can read them after court today, but now you'll have them in writing, so that's nice.
All right.
Okay. And then violations, new charge, and then here's the PC affidavit. Good luck to you, sir.
All right.
State versus Michael Coleman, 20D04, 2401, CM37, 20D04, 2210, CM1703. Sir, what is your name?
Michael Coleman,
What is your date of birth?
727.
What is your full mailing address? Did you hear and understand the rights that I explained today?
I did.
Okay, we've got a probation violation here. This is your operating while intoxicated case where you're facing up to right around 355 days, because that's what was suspended when you were convicted of operating while intoxicated. The violation was filed on October 26th of 2023, and it states that as a term of your probation, you shall not violate any law or disregard any court order. And it says that on October 9th, 2023, you were charged with driving while suspended in LaPorte County, and on October 24th, 2023, you were charged with driving while suspended in Elkhart Superior Court 6. And that case is still pending. Yeah, okay. And then on January 9th, 2024, they filed a first violation supplement that states as a term of your probation, you shall not violate any law or disregard any court order. It says on January 4th, 2024, you were charged with driving while suspended, which I'm about to arraign you on. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I'm going to enter a denial to those allegations. I don't think, well, other than maybe a 15-day hold time, I don't think he's there. I don't see a warrant or anything.
I think this is one.
Well, while I'm looking, so I'm gonna enter a denial, and we're gonna pause that for a moment. I need to tell you the legal right you have on your new driving while suspended, and stop getting driving while suspended. Stop it. Just stop it. I've met you. I've told you 100 times. Stop it, okay? And I don't mean that in a rude way, but please stop it. On your new misdemeanor, you have the right to have an attorney represent you. If you can't afford one, I'll still appoint you one. You have the right to a public and speedy trial. You do not have the, because it's a misdemeanor, you don't automatically have the right to a jury trial like you would if it was a felony. This is all stuff I've told you a million times. It's really getting old, to be honest, Mr. Coleman. Instead, you have the right to a bench trial, which is a trial directly to the court or to the judge. You can have a jury trial in this case if you want one. In order to have one, you must file a written demand or a written request for your jury trial at least 10 days before your first scheduled trial date. If you miss that deadline, you waive your right to have a jury hear your trial, and instead the court or judge will hear your misdemeanor trial. You have the right to make the state of Indiana prove each and every element of the charge against you beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to confront, cross-examine, and question any of the witnesses called against you by the state of Indiana, and you have the subpoena power of the court to compel your own witnesses to come to your trial and testify on your behalf, and the court will send subpoenas to your witnesses at no cost to you. You have the right to appeal the decision that is reached in your case to the Indiana appellate courts, but if you end up pleading guilty, then you would only have a limited right of appeal. You also have the right to remain silent, but if you waive or give up that right, anything that you say may be used against you, including anything you may say during today's hearing. You also may have the right to petition the court for a hearing on specialized driving privileges. Do you understand all of those rights?
Pretty sure that's a drink, Kiki Blue.
You have to answer out loud. I can't hear you.
I do.
On January 8th, 2024, the state of Indiana charged you with another count of driving while suspended as a Class A misdemeanor. Omitting formal parts, it alleges that on January 4th, 2024, the County of Elkhart, State of Indiana, when Michael T. Coleman did operate a motor vehicle upon a highway to Cassopolis Street while knowing his driving privileges or license was suspended, and said date is less than 10 years after the date on which judgment was entered against Michael T. Coleman for a prior unrelated violation of Indiana Code Sections 924.19.1 or 924.19.2 to it on June 13th, 2022 in the Lake Superior Court, County Division 1, cause number 45D07-2101 IF97D in Lake County, State of Indiana. If you're found guilty, you're facing up to a year of incarceration and up to a $5,000 fine and up to a 1-year driver's license or driving privileges suspension. I will enter a preliminary plea of not guilty, which will become a formal plea of not guilty in 10 days. In your most recent case, I see that I appointed you to the Public Defender's Office. Can you afford to hire a lawyer for this case?
I honestly don't know yet.
Well, I don't know what that means. Do you have money saved or something? Or
Nah, it's tax time, so I might get some help, but that's not guaranteed because everybody got their own personal problem.
do you have your own money saved right now?
Do not.
And I'm assuming you haven't already done your taxes.
No.
Do you have a bank account?
Kind of.
Is there any money in the kind of bank account?
Heck no.
Do you have anybody who could help you hire a lawyer?
That's what I'm going to try to work on.
But you haven't talked to anyone who said that they will? Okay, do you want me to appoint you to the Public Defender's Office?
For now, but if I do end up hiring a lawyer, how does that work?
You hire the lawyer and then the public defender gets removed. But if you hire a lawyer, you need to do so as soon as possible so that the public defender doesn't spend a whole bunch of time just to be removed. They're busy and then, you don't want to waste their time. I know that. So I'll appoint you to the Public Defender's Office. Do you know who your public defender is on your other cases yet? Do you know the name?
Not without looking at my...
Okay, Ethan Lake. Does that sound familiar?
It does.
Yes, okay, so it's Ethan Lake. And I need to...
do you have any money in your kinda bank account as a t-shirt?
I need to see what court dates we've got. Your bond on this case is set at $3,000, 10% cash or surety. It'd be $300 to bond out. And there's a probation hold. However, the supplement that I just read to you does cover, and you shook your head earlier, so there is no warrant. There would be. So I'm going to lift the probation hold early. That's a gift to you. Mr. Coleman, I'm not necessarily picking on you, but you have to understand where I'm coming from. All right? What does that mean? Oh, I thought you were doing a drinking.
No.
I don't want you to say anything incriminating.
No, I was in school, man. and starting from the ground up. It's the same thing I told the officer. I mean, I'm gonna be a man about my situation. It is what it is. But like I told him, what am I supposed to do?
You need to get alternative transportation or get a ride or pursue, well, I don't care about I'm working on that.
I just started my job within a week. I don't have no money, so
Then
what am
you've got to find a job. Listen, Mr. Coleman, I know it's easier said than done, and I guarantee you're thinking, that guy up there doesn't know what I'm going through, and he's just going to say things, he doesn't know how hard it is. You're probably right, but the best I can do for you right now is to tell you this. Get a job that you can walk to. Get a job you could ride a bicycle to. Get a job where you can use a Lyft or Uber, or perhaps use the trolley. Find a friend or a family member with a valid license who could maybe get you to work for a little while. Whatever it is you've got to do it. You can also pursue specialized driving privileges. I appointed you a lawyer. You can talk to Mr. Legg about possibly getting a hardship license or specialized driving privileges. But in the meantime, you cannot drive unless or until you have a valid license. End of story. End of story. No exception. No, what do I do? No, well, I'm just going to take a risk and it'll be okay if I tell him I'm going to work. No, and I'm sorry, Mr. Coleman. It might sound harsh, but it is what it is. Having the ability to drive is a privilege in our country. No one, including me, has a right to drive. We do not have the right to drive. You cannot drive without a valid license, and I don't know how to make it any clearer. And we now have a system in Indiana all over the state called the flock system. It's scanning people's licenses, taking pictures, and immediately notifying law enforcement if the registered driver has a suspended license. So you might even get caught if you drive without a license just by the flock system. So whatever you've got to do, do it. If you have to get up and I'm not trying to be funny here, Mr. Coleman, if you have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to walk to your job, and it's a 2-hour walk, to make ends meet, do it. I've walked to work before. I've ridden a bike to work before. Just because I'm in this chair up here doesn't mean that I haven't had hard times in my past. And I had to figure out what I had to do so that I make money, I pay for myself, I support myself and or my family, and I don't commit a crime doing it. It's not as difficult as you might think it is. You got to think outside the box. I don't want to see your name again on my desk. I authorized a $3,000 bond on this. You can all but be guaranteed if there's a next time, and there shouldn't be, right? It's going to be exponentially more than 3,000. I'm not threatening you.
Oh, no.
I don't want that, and you don't want that.
No.
But this is getting old.
It is. Trust me, I know.
So you can bond out now for $300. Do not drive if you don't have a valid license.
Well, I give you my word.
What?
I give you my word, I won't.
You don't need to give you and your family your word, because you're taking yourself away from your family doing this.
Yeah.
If in fact you did it, and I don't want you to say anything incriminating, you're innocent unless or until you're proven guilty. Your next court date I see on the other case is January 30th. Yes, so I'm going to add a status hearing 1/30/2024 at 9 o'clock in the morning. I want to tell you one other thing, if it means anything. Now, I had a gentleman when we used to do financial compliance hearings. I'll never forget him. All he did was owe money, but he didn't have a license. And every time he had a hearing, and he lived all the way in Elkhart, he would walk all the way to the Goshen courthouse. You've got to do that if you don't have a license. People do it every day. Figure it out. That is a status to track with. We had, as total coincidence, we have a person in drug court right now whose last name is Coleman. He was living in work release. He would ride a bicycle from work release. He would leave at 3 in the morning and ride that bicycle all the way to Elkhart to hitch a ride with somebody because he had no license. And that guy would take him and they would carpool to work in Mishawaka. At 3 in the morning, he left to get to work on time. Then that guy would drive him back to Elkhart and drop him off, and Mr. Coleman would get on his bicycle and ride all the way back to work release in Goshen. I think I've made my point.
Good.
January, so it's to track with 20D04 2210 CM1703 and 20D04 2310 CM1907. Do you have any other cases here in Elkhart County pending? I don't see any, but
Mm-mm.
Huh?
No. The only other case I had was child support.
You know, you have court in LaPorte County on February 20th? Do you know that?
Yeah.
February 20th at 12:45, and they're on a different time zone. You got to be there for that court date for a driving while suspended, or you're going to have a warrant.
They also do Zoom.
Well, maybe, but don't miss that court date. Okay, and then I need to schedule an omnibus and further proceedings date. I'll do March 5th, 2024 at 9 o'clock in the morning.
What day was that again?
March 5th. She's going to give it to you now. So your next court date on everything in these is January 30th at 9. Those were dates I already gave you on your other cases. Do you have any questions, Mr. Coleman?
I'll call if I do. Yeah, so you said I get the bond out?
Yes, I lifted the hold early. I lifted whatever's left of the hold. It'd be $300 to bond out. You can bond out today. It'd be fine.
All right.
Stay in contact with the public defender.
I will.
Stay out of trouble. Good luck to you.
Y'all see why he's like my second favorite judge? I love that judge. He's funny, he's cute, he's a good judge. He explains everything, he's patient, he's compassionate, even when he shouldn't be. Yeah. Now, do we go on a little adventure and look at that haircut? Hold on, let me bring it up. Okay. I don't want a side view. Well, that's sort of. This is it right here. That is Judge Ditton's haircut. Hell, it might be Judge Ditton. Shaved high and tight. What was that other one called then? High and tight skin fade. That's what it is. So there's multiple versions of high and tight. High and tight comb over. Well, that's the best damn comb over I've ever seen. High and tight buzz cut. Well, that might be Judge Ditton's version. Either skin fade or buzz cut version. The high and tight no fade is just unimpressive. High and tight, long on top. Very similar to the comb over. High and tight with beard. Are you kidding me? Somebody needs to get more creative with these descriptions. High and tight flat top. Is that what I read? High and tight flat top haircut. I think this is Judge Ditton's, but his flat top is shorter. Oh, no way. Mr. T had a high and tight. The high and tight recon is the Mr. T haircut. Prohibition high and tight. High and tight with faux hawk. That is not. Oh, I'm sorry, Kiki Blue. I know you said faux hawk. That is not Judge Ditton's hair. High and tight with mohawk. Okay. What the fuck? How does this differ from just being a mohawk? I guess the fade in it is what makes it different than just being a mohawk. What? I'm sorry, but that looks awful. That's terrible. High and tight for receding hairline. Okay, guys. With forward sweep. With drop fade. With pompadour. With queef. For thin hair. Oh boy. Well, now we learned. There's all different versions of the high and tight. I never knew. What's your favorite? Drop it in the chat. Oh, hey. How you doing, honey? I'm just getting ready to get off here. That was a cute one. That was very cute. Good night, Shane. Love you. Good night, Philip Heels. I love you. They made all of them up. Every one of them. Oh, I didn't look up Neat and Smart. Everybody can look up Neat and Smart on their own. I'm going to bed. And I will be back tonight. My secret trust is why I have my chastity belt. Good night, Kiki Blue. Good night, Philip Heels. I love you. Good night, Jody Gardner. Good night, CE. Oh. Okay. Hold on. It is very similar to this. No, don't tell me. 20 neat and smart, high and tight haircuts. No. No. Oh, this one goes sideways. Are you freaking kidding me? They have 20 versions of this now, too. But this one they include colors. So if you're a brunette, you can't get the dark blonde asymmetrical crop. Oh, wait. I don't know if y'all could see this before. They have 20 versions of this. That's insane. Yes, honey, it is. I'm so sorry. Wendy, thank you for being here tonight, and I promise it's going to get better, love. And we're here for the ride until then. I never realized that there was more than one. Yeah, got me. Y'all got me. You got me for life. All right, guys. Be safe. Be well. Sleep sweet and much love.